Box office top 10 at 15. Infinity Pool. Dear Shallow End and Deep End says Mark Dunford, Sussex Cricket League panel umpire, actually umpiring at Worthing Cricket Club in May in Crawley, West Sussex. Hello, Mark.
Hello.
Dear Shallow End and Deep End. No, he's called Mark, and I was saying hello to him. But
sorry.
also hello to you. I hope
Thank you.
You, Mark, in the studio.
Yes.
I hope you're good as well.
I'm good too.
What a film. Easily the best cinematic experience I've had this year.
There we go.
Mia Goth is astonishing. Just comparing how she says James. Alexander Skarsgård, probably pronounced wrong, but see previous voice note character at the beginning and the end of the film shows the journey you go on with her character from understated to manically unhinged.
Yeah.
What I found interesting when listening to Mark's review is when he made the comparison with Ben Wheatley's In the Earth. As I was watching the film, I was thinking the last time I felt this uncomfortable / on the edge watching a movie was another Wheatley film, Kill List.
Oh, right. That's interesting.
Funny, visceral, thought-provoking, cerebral, sexy. What more could you want from a film? Love the show. Mark Dunford.
I mean, I love Infinity Pool. I think it's great, and Mia Goth's performance in it is astonishing. And coming the week after the UK release of Pearl, I know Pearl's been out for a while in other territories, but you go, okay, that's quite the Mia Goth double bill. And that thing about the way in which she says James changing during the course of the movie, she's got this real ability to. On the one hand, she can be kind of, understated and, quiet. And on the other hand, she can be absolutely Texas Chainsaw Massacre levels of out there. Weird. The scene that everyone keeps referring to when she's in the sort of full taunting mode, James! And it is, and somebody sent a message saying, Infinity Pool is a great film, unless you're called James, because you'll never want to hear your name said out loud ever again.
Next, an email from James.
Oh, okay, here we go.
This film haunts me still. I saw the European premiere back in February at Berlinale. Whilst I enjoyed and found equally horrifying, Mia Goth is such an exciting talent. Cronenberg's skewering of the rich and the Brits / Yanks abroad mentality was so well realised. Mark, you have a sturdier stomach than me, as I found the bodily fluids too much to handle.
Oh, really? Okay.
I also enjoyed the location of the police prison cloning centre, which is in central Budapest and was the hideout for Deckard in Blade Runner 2049.
Oh, wow.
An intentional Easter egg, ?
I don't know. I didn't know that.
Well, there you go. And he's from James.
Because it's a Canadian, Hungarian, Croatian co-production. So
hence Budapest.
Yeah.
Number 10, nothing in America. Well, it's not charted in America. It's number 10 here is What's Love Got to Do with It?
Which, not that one, but we enjoy. Have you seen it yet?
I have not.
Okay. It's fun. When it comes out on streaming, you should watch it because it's enjoyable. It's entertaining.
Rye Lane is new at number 9.
Just great. And I want as many people as possible to go and see this. I think its director, Alan Miller, is a real talent. And it's a kind of reinvention of the modern rom-com. It makes jokes about its relationship to Love Actually, which are sort of very smartly done. But great performances and a kind of a bright, colourful movie in every sense. I mean, it's like the colour palette of the areas that they walk around from Brixton to Peckham. It's just, the camera is just drinking in these locations. It's really, really kind of gorgeous. And in fact, I had mentioned to the director, I said, it reminded me of Antonioni's Blow Up, because that so much of Blow Up is to do with the colour of the streets that they walk through. And anyway, she sent me a message saying, "Oh, I've seen Blow Up," and you're right. It's a very good reference point, which I was very pleased about.
John Roach, B-Eng Ons, C-Eng M-I-E-T L-B-I-P-P.
What is that?
And winner of £25 worth of Smurfs in a 1982 colouring competition. That's a great thing to win. This starts as an email.
£22 worth of Smurfs.
£25 worth of Smurfs.
In what? In weight or?
No,
the 25 pounds sterling.
Yes.
How much does a Smurf cost?
I would imagine they're like 50p, so he probably got an awful lot of Smurfs. More Smurfs
He
than
could
anyone
have made. He could have made one of James Cameron's Avatar movies.
Dear Love and Guactually.
It's Guactually.
Guactually.
Because that's the gag.
Rye Lane was very enjoyable, and I couldn't help wondering if it was always a shoe-in for best film when it includes the line, "Gotta respect the code," in a discussion of cinema etiquette. Keep up the redacted work. Hello to Jason. Tickety Tonk. Up with Bluehead Feminists. John Roach, with all those aforementioned credits.
Very good.
Number 8 is 80 for Brady.
I mean, I wish 80 for Brady was better than it was because, I like Jane Fonda and I like Lily Tomlin and I like Rita Moreno. I mean, but I just, maybe it's a thing that doesn't travel. I'm not sure that the American sports obsession into which it taps makes any sense here. And I mean, I didn't know the Brady of the 80 for Brady, who it turns out is,
Yeah.
I asked you and you said, yes, everybody does.
Yeah. Tom Bradby reads the news on ITN.
That's right. That's what it's about.
Yes.
That's right.
Number 7 here. Number 5 in the States is 65.
Still haven't gone. Need to go, but still haven't.
Number 6
Not
here.
press
Number
screened.
11 in the States, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish.
I had a conversation just the other day with a friend of mine who I respect and like very, very much, and they said that they absolutely loved Puss in Boots, Last Wish. And when I said that I was lukewarm about it, they almost disowned me.
Well, a number of listeners have made the same point.
No, I know. But it's interesting that it happened to somebody who I know and I know quite well went, sorry, pardon, what?
Yes.
So I don't.
Time to go again.
I was underwhelmed.
Hallelujah is at 5.
Massively underwhelmed. Apparently, this worked much better on stage. I never saw the stage play. There is something just so odd about the fact that on the one hand, it's this celebration of the NHS and it has this whole speech at the end of it, which is to do with everything that people in the NHS went through during COVID. And yet, it has that absolutely, I mean, I know ripped from today's headlines subplot, but it's like the drama is pulling in at least two different directions. I found it. Do we have any emails about it?
No.
Okay. So
Scream 6 is at 4. Creed 3 is at 3.
Much better.
Number 2 here and number 2 in the States, Shazam, Fury of the Gods. This from Dr. J. Rowe, Research Project Manager for the Surrey Black Scholars Programme at the University of Surrey. Dear Mark Strong and Butt. Now, that's a good start,
it is
Dr.
very
J,
good.
but I'm afraid you lose me at this point.
Okay.
Listening to last week's discussion between Mark and Simon regarding Shazam reminded me of the confusion I had when I first heard the title. Like Mark, actually it was me.
It was you, it wasn't me.
The title Shazam evoked the image of a genie rather than a superhero. Last week's listener wrote that Mark, actually it was me,
Simon,
might have been confusing it with the 1960s TV show Shazam, but Mark had no memory of such a show.
No, I didn't, but you did.
So the key thing here then, Dr. J. Rowe, Research Project Manager for Surrey Black Scholars Programme, is you've got us confused.
Yes.
I'm Mark.
And I'm Simon.
I might, however, they continue, have found the source of the confusion. It's because I am the number 3 film critic in the world.
Yes, and I still can't quite believe that.
But your drive time show on Greatest Hits is fantastic.
Absolutely
I
banging.
love it.
But if you
Ken
listen
Bruce
to
is
it,
coming.
here's the trick.
Yeah.
Subscribe so you get rid of the adverts for Sell Your Gold.
That's the thing.
The subscription one is so much better. If you listen to me on drive time on Greatest Hits Radio, do the subscription.
I'm going to do that because that will be a lovely thing.
Yeah.
Premium. Become a premium listener. Anyway.
Are you heading back south today?
Yes, I'm going back to the New Forest later.
Okay, great. Cool.
Because the good lady, Professor Herring Dawes, has got an exhibition on, and she wants to discuss.
You're flailing now.
Yeah,
You're flailing.
She needs to discuss some problematic students that she's got this year. Anyway, Dr. J. Rowe continues, I might, however, have found the source of the confusion. I think if there's anyone confused,
yes, that's right.
It's possible that, like me, Mark is thinking of a poorly reviewed but fondly remembered 1996 fantasy comedy called Kazam. That film
definitely not
stars American basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal, or Shaq, as a rapping genie trapped inside a magical boombox. Amazingly, Kazam is also often confused with a non-existent 1990 film about a genie called Shazam, which does not star the comedian Sinbad. I hope this helps. No, it doesn't. Jay, the person most confused is you, I think.
Get me from the Shaquille O'Neal Kazam to The Exorcist in 2 moves.
Via Kevin Bacon.
Actually, no, although almost certainly yes. So Shaquille O'Neal starred in Blue Chips, which is directed by William Friedkin.
Number 1 here, number 1 in the States is John Wick 4. Now, here's an email.
Boom. And indeed, boom.
Boom again. I think this is from Paul O'Kanan, but it's very Irish, so I probably got that wrong. Please send us a voice note to correct. Illustrious gentlemen, in 1973, the BBC began Last of the Summer Wine, with the implication that this was the beginning of the declining years of the three main characters. Is it Blaymire? Not quite sure. Blaymire? Clegg and Compo. 50 years on, we have Keanu Reeves and Tom Cruise around the same age as Michael Bates, Peter Sallis and Bill Owen, but racing around in cars, flying fighter planes and generally beating the living daylights
out of
everyone they meet. What a change 50 years can make. Although it does raise the question, how would Keanu fare against Nora Batty? He would really need his nunchucks then. And at best regards, I think that's Paul O'Kanan. Darren Leithley in Dublin. Keanu Reeves' ability to give a range of nuance in a single, simple "yeah" is unparalleled. However, we're not here for his speechifying. Bill Skarsgård, as close as we're going to get. Unhinged villain is left to chew on the plot at exposition. We're here for Reeves to get beaten, shot, stabbed, chopped and strangled. The action scenes are phenomenal. And once I'd worked out the marginal connection between the plot and reality, as bodies are flung around and smashed into hard surfaces with scant regard for basic physics and medicine, I went along for the ride. Thank you, Darren.
That thing about scant regard for basic physics and medicine, again, this brings us back to it's like musicals. If people who don't like musicals go, where's the music coming from? Why are they dancing? Why isn't anyone noticing? What's going on? In fact, there is a very funny Saturday Night Live sketch. I know that's a rarity, but there's a very funny Saturday Night Live sketch in which your man from the high school musical movies, Zac Efron, whom I love above all things, goes back to High School Musical and does this speech about how he's been out in the real world and it's terrifying. He said, I was feeling sad and lonely, so I started singing a song about feeling sad and lonely. You know what? The music didn't start. It turns out nobody sings in the real world. So if you don't like musicals, that's the issue. If you do, you just go, well, that's the convention. The convention is Fred Astaire suddenly goes, heaven, I'm in heaven, da, 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 and, the whole orchestra joins in and Ginger Rogers does everything backwards and in heels. It's the same with these movies. If you're looking at it in terms of the real world physics of it, no, it doesn't make any sense at all. Of course it doesn't. I mean, as you said yourself, the blind swordsman, all you need to do is stand 10 feet away from him and stand one pace.
Shoot him.
So, and I honestly don't believe incidentally that a Kevlar suit would offer the kind of protection that Keanu Reeves has.
20 fighters trying to take you down, they don't do it one at a time.
No, and that's
but they do here.
They do here because you take your turn, but that's not the point because it's a musical.
This isn't a spoiler. When you see John Wick 4, if you have seen John Wick 4, when I went to see it, there was a late running screening and I had to leave. I think it's 90 seconds before the end.
Yeah, don't leave.
So I had seen the big kind of set piece. That's how it finishes. I absolutely have to go because otherwise my producer's going to be going, where is he? So I left, I think it's 90 seconds before the end. And I shouldn't have. That's all I'm saying.
As we discovered when we were talking about it on the tube. We won't say anything.
No, because I said, that would have been close. And you said, no. I thought, well, I'm an idiot. Came very close to being an idiot. Anyway. Correspondence at KermodeandMayo.com.
What you said was, what?
Exactly. That's not true. Thanks very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed making it. While you're here, check out all the other videos because they're cool too, aren't they?
Yeah, and if you want to keep up to date with everything Kermode and Mayo's take, then check out our social channels.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
I mean, I would. I have done.
Excellent.